What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Coach Plays. Today, a kind of bit of a bombshell dropped when the news broke that the Tennessee Titans have decided to fire their head coach, Mike Vrabel. I don't even know how I can comprehend how I'm feeling about this. So we are going to dive into this video, just have a deep dive discussion. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Real quick, guys, let me know what you think about this situation of the Titans firing Mike Vrabel. Put it in the comments section below. Hit that like button. It always helps out the video, get out there to a larger audience. And then if you like anything football, anything and everything football, this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button, join the team, and let's grow this community together. So it is January the 9th on a Tuesday. And so yesterday, on Monday, most of the head coaches around the league were holding press conferences. And Mike Vrabel did not hold his press conference. They said it would happen a couple days later. This started to kind of create, some question around it. And of course, all year long, there was a huge buzz about Mike Vrabel and general manager Ran Carthon not getting along together at all. So, there was rumors that Mike Vrabel could be fired, or is he on the hot seat? The big rumor was, could Mike Vrabel be traded? And I think a whole lot of people don't know everything that goes on into being a trade of a head coach. We'll kind of hit on that a little bit later in this video. But so those rumors kind of tried to die off, but they never fully did. And then at some point, when you get so much smoke, there's got to be fire somewhere. And I just never fully believed that the Tennessee Titans would make this move. Like, Mike Vrabel is well regarded around the NFL. We'll talk about here soon about, is this the right decision? I mean, I'm telling you, I'm struggling with my feelings on it. But Mike Vrabel is considered to be one of the top head coaches in the NFL. Had a great start to the run, but this is a decision by Amy Adams Strunk, and a lot of people is going to view this as a bad decision, and it's going to leave a lot of question marks for the Tennessee Titans going forward. Let's just talk about Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel head coaching record for the Tennessee Titans is 54-45, comes to a .545. Took over the team in 2018, where he went 9-7, third in the AFC South. 2019 went 9-7 again, second in the AFC South. Went to the postseason and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. That's when they went on that huge run, knocked off the Patriots, knocked off the Ravens, and were up on the Kansas City Chiefs before Patrick Mahomes came back. That was the big startup, and that's when things kind of caught fire for the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry was running. 2020, Titans go 11-5, first in the AFC South, but then lose to Baltimore in the AFC wildcard game. The next year was the Titans' best year, 12-5, first in the AFC South. They took the first seed for the AFC side in the NFL, but then they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC divisional game, the first divisional game held in Nissan Stadium in quite some time. And, Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions in that game, and it's a game that a lot of Tennessee Titans fans continue to think about. And then they haven't been the same since. 2022, they went 7-10, and if you don't remember, I believe the Titans were like 7-3 at one point, and then everything has changed. Of course, there's a whole lot of dominoes, you could say, that took place, and I don't even know where to begin. But of course, the biggest one is the A.J. Brown trade, and they decided to trade A.J. Brown going into the 2022 season, and then they got embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Amy Adams Strunk decide to fire Ran Carthon, and the Titans went on this 7-game losing streak where it came down to the final game of the season last year to win the AFC South. And Titans lost that game. Jaguars win the South, and Titans missed the postseason for the first time in 4 years. Then this year, 6-11, fourth in the AFC South. They were eliminated from playoff contention like 5 to 6 weeks left in the regular season. First time something like that has happened under Mike Vrabel. And so it doesn't look good. I mean, I think I heard the record since the losing streak of 2022 is that this Titans team is 6-18 and 1-9 in the AFC South. Those are definitely fireable offenses. But you can't just say that from the outside looking in. The Tennessee Titans have had one of the worst, I don't even know at this point if you can call it luck or if there's an issue in the training, the doctors, whatever it is. But Titans have been one of the most injured teams in the NFL for the past 3 seasons, and it has showed its ugly head. They lost their quarterback in 2022, Ryan Tannehill, for a lot of that season there towards the end, and that created a huge issue in that big losing streak. So they've dealt with a whole lot of injuries, that's for sure. So you got to take that into fact. Of course, the A.J. Brown trade, it was a week before that. Mike Vrabel said as long as he's the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, A.J. Brown would be on this roster. And then general manager John Robinson at that time sent him out for basically a bag of chips, 2 draft picks basically. Those draft picks have not panned out well for the Tennessee Titans, and being Treylon Burks and a Malik Willis. So, you know, that created a whole lot of controversy. People were saying that Mike Vrabel is not getting along with John Robinson. We saw it on draft day. Mike Vrabel was shaking his head after the trade of A.J. Brown. And then John Robinson gets fired. Then we get to this past offseason where they got to hire a new general manager, and they hire Rand Carthon. But then reports started to come out that Mike Vrabel was not really a part of that process, and they didn't get the guy Mike Vrabel wanted. I don't know who he wanted, but they ended up with Rand Carthon. And now all this year, apparently everybody is saying that there was a divide there. If you ask Mike Vrabel and you ask Rand Carthon, they said that they worked great together, but then that's just probably business talk from here. Everybody's saying that they did not get along well together, that they were not seeing eye to eye, and apparently reports came out just a couple days ago that Mike Vrabel was asking for Amy Adams-Strunk to hire someone who would be the final decision-making over Mike Vrabel and Rand Carthon, that not Rand Carthon would have all the power in who builds this roster and things like that, which if you hire someone over the head coach and the general manager, really don't know what a general manager would do at that point. Apparently, reports were out there that Mike Vrabel did not want to be the GM, so that was some reports that he wanted all the power. I don't know, and we're probably never going to get those answers, but regardless, Amy Adams-Strunk had a meeting with Mike Vrabel. Amy Adams-Strunk, after that meeting, decided to fire Mike Vrabel, and now the Tennessee Titans are looking for a new head coach. Rumors about trading Mike Vrabel was that, you know, they could get a return. There's a whole lot of smoke out there that the New England Patriots want Mike Vrabel to be their next head coach and that they would trade for them. And, of course, if you're a Tennessee Titans fan or anyone outside thinking, well, if this guy's got value, then you trade him. But it is not that easy to trade a head coach. That head coach has to sign off on the trade. It's not like a player contract. And then you still have to go through the interview process. You still have to meet the criteria. You still have to do the Rooney Rule. So, base what I've read and heard, that if you were to, and then you can't make a trade either until the divisional round or after the divisional round. So, if they wanted to trade Mike Vrabel, it would have took 3 weeks. By that time, you're probably already looking at multiple head coaching vacancies taken and multiple head coaching candidates, you know, taking jobs. Amy Adams-Strunk has basically said that she did not want to wait. She did not want to wait to get any sort of compensation for Mike Vrabel coming back, and that it would have took too long and this process would have been drug out. And then you still, like say, you have to get Mike Vrabel to say yes to it, and you have to get a lot of pieces. That aspect of it, I see. Does that suck? Absolutely, because you probably could have got some compensation back. We've seen some head coach trades in the NFL, and they get really good compensation. Titans won't be getting that. As far as my opinion on this matter, I don't freaking know. I need to see how this all shakes up. If the Tennessee Titans go out and get Jim Harbaugh, who I know Jim Harbaugh is a name out there where you either love Jim Harbaugh or you absolutely hate him and you despise him. I think Jim Harbaugh, probably coming out with a video later, but I think Jim Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in all of football. And maybe one day he could be named as one of the best to ever do it. He's done nothing but win everywhere he's went. If they go out and get Jim Harbaugh, look, I'm fine with it. But I don't know if that meshes because based off everything I've heard, I think Amy Adams-Strunk fired Mike Vrabel because Amy Adams-Strunk and Mike Vrabel butted heads. And Mike Vrabel butted heads with Rand Carthon. And maybe Mike Vrabel butted heads with John Robinson. And you could start to see maybe, a common denominator there with Mike Vrabel. But, sometimes a really damn good coach might just be hard to work with. I don't think Belichick is the easiest person to work with. And I don't think Nick Saban's the easiest person to work with. But they've got a lot of wins under their belt. Am I saying he's one of those two? No, I'm not. But, sometimes you just have to make things work. But I don't know. This is Amy Adams' team, and Tennessee Titans fans, like me, are all stuck here, and we just have to live with it. So if they go out and get a Jim Harbaugh, I think I'm chilling. I think I'm fine. I like it. I like something fresh, and I like Jim Harbaugh. I think he's a winner. Other than that, I don't think there's anybody who's going to get me extremely excited. Now, there's Amy Adams says she wants this team to evolve. She wants to be more in modern times. I don't know if this is what you're probably going to see. You're probably going to see a disciple from San Francisco. Rand Carthon came from San Francisco. He's probably going to hire some disciple off of that. But it's not going to be a big name. Like, I think the OC for the Houston Texans is from there. He could be a guy. Honestly, I don't know anything about him. All I can tell you is he's not Shanahan. He's not Mike McDaniels. Could he be? I don't know. But he's not Mike Vrabel. He doesn't have the established name. So you're probably, the OC for the Detroit Lions is another name that has popped up. I think he's a great candidate. He's not going to get people excited after firing Mike Vrabel. So when you look at numbers, you could easily say Mike Vrabel deserved to be fired. This is where I come from. You could do a hell of a lot worse. And when you make the wrong hire at head coach, it is going to set your franchise back 5 years. And man, am I terrified to death about the direction that the Tennessee Titans are going. I have no clue. It's just going to be a wait and see mode now. I thought there might be a chance. I think it might be time to move on from Derrick Henry. Do I think Derrick Henry could be better with a better offensive line? Yes, I do. Did I think there was a chance Derrick Henry might re-sign with a hometown discount? Maybe. I think he wants to chase a ring, but maybe. That's out the door now. You're definitely, if you're moving on from Mike Vrabel, you're moving on from Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. This is a change of era, and it is scary, and I don't know where it's going. If it's going to Jim Harbaugh, bring it on. I'm ready for it. Because Mike Vrabel had some faults. I mean, when you are the head coach of a program, you do need to take faults. It's just not always injuries. It's just not always GM. It's not always owner. But as bad as the Titans were this year at 6-11, 7 of those games was one-score games. When they went 11-5 and 12-5, 7 of those games were like one-score games, but they won them. So, the margin of victory is very small. And you're seeing the difference between a 7-5 and a 6-11. So, I don't know. I think you better feel damn good about who you are hiring if you are letting go of Mike Vrabel. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. As always, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.